If you're about to buy your first motorcycle and you're not sure what motorcycle to get or what type of motorcycle to get, whether to get a road bike or an adventure bike, if you've landed on this channel, then most likely you're probably in a similar demographic to me. So this video is probably intended for you. Then this is 10 reasons why you should get an adventure bike. Number one, roads are optional. So you can ride anywhere you want on an adventure bike. You don't have to be on the road. Got into motorcycles about a decade ago and I have to admit I enjoyed it. And then once I got an adventure bike and found that there are many more places you can go besides roads, then just road riding became a little boring, I have to admit. It is 3 bikes in one. You've got a dirt bike, you've got a touring bike, you've got somewhat of a sports bike-ish, kind of, sort of. And you've also got a commuter if you want it to be as well. So that's actually 4, not 3, but you know, who's counting? Once you get out into the country proper, there is plenty of roads where a sports bike is just not, I don't know, not fun. You're forever trying to avoid the imperfections in the road, whereas an adventure bike is a lot more forgiving. Number 4, you can pack like you're moving house. There is so much more room. Of course, you can overpack, and there's plenty of debates about that. However, on a sports bike, you are pretty limited to what you can take with you. However, on an adventure bike, you can take probably a lot more than you should, really. You don't need a cafe to have a good ride. Yeah, it's a BMW GS, so cafes are where you'll tend to see these bikes, but the thing is you can have a coffee at Birdsville instead. You know, you can have a coffee out in the middle of nowhere, like where I am now. When I say that, I don't actually have any coffee, come to think of it. All right, don't forget, check out MotoRides.com.au to find tours from all over Australia, and you can search by whatever you want to search by. We're covering all operators across the country. So if you're looking for, depending on what state you're looking at, depending on what sort of experience you're looking at, you can now search by difficulty. So you can select easy rides or really difficult rides, single track, adventure touring, whatever your taste is, jump on to MotoRides.com.au and find your next adventure. Plus check out adventure riding themed t-shirts. You know what, if you got to this point in the video, I'm gonna give you 20% off if you use this code. Number 6, you'll join one of the most supportive groups in the world. Adventure riding worldwide is a hugely supportive group and everyone's out to help each other, mostly. There's always that one guy. Number 7 is you can pretend that you're a Dakar rider and you can go anywhere in the world, across any dunes and any things. You won't find too many sports bikes parked up at the Batuta pub. Not saying they can't do it, of course they can, and there's a few examples. However, you're more likely to see an adventure bike. Number 8, now if you're, again, similar demographic to me, you probably have a back that's not like it was when it was 18. So having a bike where you can sit upright makes a big difference to being able to do more kilometers on the bike. Number 9, adventure bikes actually tend to hold their value a lot better, and it's because there's more of a demand for second-hand adventure bikes than there is second-hand sports bikes. While they can be a little more expensive to buy initially, of course, depending on whether you're talking Panigales and stuff like that, you're more likely to hang on to that value a little bit more so it's probably a little easier to convince the partner to get an adventure bike. You'll have stories to tell. An adventure bike is going to take you places where a road bike won't, and that is an adventure worth having. All right, drop it in the comments. What do you think? What's the advantage of an adventure bike over a road bike? Or are you going to argue the opposite and say the road bike is a better example? If you are, you've got to give me 10 reasons. You can't just give one, you've got to give 10.